This is the character I got that I'm playing off stream. There's days, not always, but there's days where this is easier to play than Minecraft, and then there's days it's not. And it's a level 21 wizard. I really have not felt good. I had that appointment with the doctor from Social Security, and I I really don't think I was feeling bad from that. It was stressing me out and getting angry, getting stressed out, trying to focus on stuff. That's why I sometimes get lightheaded doing these streams. I just can't do it. But I think I'm at peace with the fact that I'm not going to get any help. And I'm not trying to blame anybody. I firmly believe that if I had, you know, even if I wasn't as sick as I am, and the thing is, they've got some evidence of it. It is what it is. The tilt table test is the biggest piece of evidence I got. And that was done by reputable doctors. But I firmly believe that, and I don't mean this in a bad way, I firmly believe that if I had a whole bunch of kids that I couldn't feed and I wasn't as sick as what I am, I'd have help. Firmly believe that. And you know what? I'm not trying to bash anybody. I'm glad they're getting help. I'm not going to sit there and be like, well, I should be getting it, they shouldn't. I'm glad they're getting help. And I also feel that if just because everybody I've talked to, whether it's the company that's currently helping me try to get on credit, the first lawyer I talked to years ago, even the Social Security Department, even that mental health guy they sent me, because I the one I saw this past week, he was like a physical doctor doing like an internal medicine exam or whatever they called it. The other guy was like, like mental, basically, and not like a psychiatrist, but I've had jobs where I've done stuff like this where you have to add, do math problems. You have to figure out like what's the next progression. They give you things where this was kind of new, but it's kind of like what Donald Trump was bragging about, the woman, man, TV, camera, whatever that 5-word thing he had to remember was. And it was stuff like that. They're basically checking to see, mental, physical, that kind of stuff, how you'd perform for a job. And he did the same thing. He's like, oh, and the medical doctor did. Oh, well, have you ever had a drinking problem? Have you? So it sounds like, and again, I'm not trying to shit on those people. I'm glad they're getting help. I sincerely mean that. But it sounds like if I was someone who had a whole bunch of kids I couldn't feed, or if I had a drug problem, or if I had an alcoholism problem, it sounds like I'd be already getting help, and I wouldn't have to be as bad as what I am. And I'm not depressed about that. I don't think that in and of itself. I mean, it's not putting me in a great mood, but I'm kind of making peace with my future, and I'm okay with that. At least more than you would think. With everything going on. I have more of a problem with the people in my family that are trying to, and this is the thing, I didn't want it, but they basically, at least one of them, I think there were 2 or 3 of them involved altogether, but they basically took my mom, were trying to sneak her out of the house. She let us know, but she never said she didn't want to do it. I was assuming this is what she wanted, but they took her out, snuck her to their house, had her meet with a lawyer, got this trust drawn up where they took the house from me. I was supposed to get it in the original will, put it in a trust, Well, then before we ever got the paperwork on the trust, they were trying to get me and my brother to move out. They didn't do anything to me until my mom died because I was free health care for my mom. I was the one cooking for her, cleaning, doing her laundry as much as I could. And it's nothing you're ever gonna get somebody to pay you for. You're just not helping her get around the house when she was having a bad, and like like any other job. And I had to do it a couple times where I had to put her down because I was getting lightheaded, and I quit taking my blood pressure meds, which made it a little easier. But and then I just took aspirin when I got chest pains and that, and the but I still, when I got lightheaded, I had to go sit down. I still fell on the stairs and all this other shit, and but they didn't want to give that up because then they would have had to do it. They just, hey, it is what it is. They were nice enough to come out and help me when I needed it. I was not complaining about that then or now. But the fact is, they knew damn well that, of me and my brother being here, I was actually getting stuff done. I was, like when I had a good day, I would go spend time mowing. And I was usually, I don't remember falling out of the tractor, but there were times where I almost fell getting off of it because anything I can do sitting down, I can do longer. But because of what was going on, I hit a few things with the mower. And we ended up having to replace the blades. We occasionally had to get things fixed because I was getting lightheaded. I shouldn't have been driving a tractor. I shouldn't have been I don't drive cars when I'm feeling like that, but I was out there mowing and stuff. And as far as the push mower, I could usually do like 5 to 25 minutes depending on the day. And I could mow a little bit, dump the bag, and then I was done. I didn't do any more mowing. Same thing with the weed eater. I'd use the weed eater. Well, as soon as I started getting lightheaded, I was done. I tried using the chainsaw a couple times. Well, that actually scared me because the weed eater and the power mower, I did not think were as easy to hurt yourself with. But I got really worried using the chainsaw because I'm like, man, I could cut my fucking leg off when I get lightheaded. So I didn't do too much with that, and I did a lot less than I would have. And what I did use though is for trimming and stuff. It's basically a bolt cutter that's been modified to. It's a bolt cutter that's been modified to cut like small branches and stuff. I use that a lot. And then before she got real sick, my mom and my brother would go pick up the branches. I would do some of it because I could hook a wagon up to the tractor and drive around to it and then get out real quick, put it in the wagon. Or if it was a bigger one, I could just pick it up and drag it to the burn pile on the tractor. But I could do a little bit more if I was sitting down. But still, I had to have a good day. I couldn't do it every day. And but that doctor, he had me do some stuff. It was part of his exam. That fucked me up. I don't know how long it was. It didn't seem like it was that long, but when it was done, I was having trouble, and he noticed it seemed like. Again, it ain't gonna do me any good. I'm not a drug addict. I don't have a shitload of kids I can't feed. So I'm fucked. And I'm okay with that. I don't think anybody else should have anything taken away from them. I shouldn't be treated like a second-class citizen because I didn't get addicted to drugs or alcohol. If what I've got wrong with me would qualify me for assistance if I was a drug addict, well, then it should qualify me like this. That's all I'm saying. I'm really not trying to bash anybody. And but he noticed it because he ended up walking me to the door, and I told him, I think I told him. I was either thinking it or I told him, but I let him know that, I'd just be sitting in the car for a little bit. And I think I nodded off, and I felt a little better, but I kind of startled and came to and sat up, and then I went and laid back down. It's a little fuzzy. and I really don't know how long I was there. Um, and but it did those little things he had me doing. It really fucked me up, and I had quite a few days where I didn't feel like doing anything. And then there was one day where I was gonna stream, and I cannot tell you off the top of my head what day it was, but I was gonna stream. Well, I couldn't get anything to work when I tried to. It's my Xbox. When I tried to launch the streaming software, it wouldn't launch. It kept telling me there was a problem. Try again. I thought maybe I got banned or something for something, and I couldn't get Minecraft to load. I could not get Diablo to load. Well, then I can't remember if I uninstalled and reinstalled Minecraft. I know I did Diablo. Because the thing I noticed is I was checking to see if it had an update, and there's an add-on for this that did not seem to be on anymore. And because it gave me an option to reinstall. Well, it still didn't work after I did that, so I just deleted the whole thing and reinstalled it. Well, even by the end of the day, it still had not fully installed, so I left it on and let it work while I went to sleep. And but I was downloading, so I didn't try and do a stream because of the download. And I just kind of hung out. Well, then the other days I did feel really like streaming. Today I kind of like yesterday I didn't really feel like streaming, and then today I kind of did. So I'm gonna do a little bit of a stream here. Hey, again, the call to action I got. Well, first of all, if you do watch this on YouTube, please take a moment, spank the fucking like button like a naughty college girl, and maybe leave a comment, say hi or something. Doesn't have to be anything bad or anything in depth. Just say hi or something. But the call to action I got: please reach out to your elected officials at all levels. I don't care if it's a dog catcher. If you want, reach out to them, send them an emails, reach out to them on Twitter, and ask them to legalize assisted suicide. I gotta admit, and I did kind of reach out to Congress people. I did reach out to the president. President's really cool. You can just basically type in email the president, and they've got a thing set up on the web where you can just type in what you want. It goes right to the president or his staff. And some of the congressmen and some governors have that too. But I reached out to all of them, and just said, hey, we're watching kids die every day. I watched my mom die in hospice. Dr. Kevorkian was right. We deserve, as human beings, we deserve better options than what they currently have. I had to watch my mom basically waste away, not being able to eat, not being able to drink eventually. And she lasted, I would say, at least a good week or two after she couldn't eat, and she lasted several days after she couldn't drink anymore. We deserve better options. I'm not kidding you. We do not have to watch our animals suffer like that. And we're not doing it to anybody. All I'm asking is for people who, like me, get sick and doesn't look like they're going to get better, can't get help from whoever, or people that are dying like my mom was, to at least have that option. And we see hospitals and insurance companies. We just had a thing a couple weeks or a month ago where the Republicans either let something expire or didn't pass something, and they were literally throwing people out of a fucking hospital. We've had it where you had family members that did not want their family member to die, and the hospitals and or the insurance companies went to court, said, hey, there's nobody here to pay for this. We need to just unplug Mikey or whatever. And if they can do it for money, you should have the option to do it for the humanity of it. So, please do that. And then the other thing, and I haven't heard it coming up for a vote yet, but it sounds like they are going to do the Schumer amendment. There are two amendments that are at least being talked about. One of them is from Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, and the other one is from a subcommittee chairwoman, Christian Gillibrand, and I believe Mark Rubio. Um, and it might, I've heard it being attributed to whoever the chairman is for the main committee, but if I'm not mistaken, it sort of came out of Christian Gillibrand and Mark Rubio's subcommittee. And they are UFO amendments. And don't fucking make the face, don't make the comment. Both of them are pushing for disclosure or at least accountability. One of them is going to go into the Defense Authorization Act, one of those must-pass legislations. The other one will go into the Intelligence Act, the yearly bill that funds the department. One of them will go into defense, one of them will go into the intelligence authorization. And the thing is, regardless of what they're going to find, and I'm not claiming to know what they're going to find, but they had a whistleblower who reached out to an inspector general, and the inspector general looked into what he could, because he's got a pretty powerful security clearance. And when he got done looking into what this guy told, he did not tell Congress that this guy was nuts. He did not tell them that this guy should be made fun of. What he told Congress was that this whistleblower had come to him with certain claims and that they were credible and they were urgent. And so now they've started talking to people. Well, when he testified under oath in public hearings, I just don't want to mislead anybody. He either affirmed, flat out stated, he basically didn't deny any of it, and some of it he actually affirmed, but he either affirmed or was indicating that they had recovered craft, that they had recovered bodies. And I think he said that he had talked to people that were on the projects doing this and they were still there. And what he told them, Mark Rubio, Republican, I don't really have a lot of use for him. It's not like I'm a big fanboy. He basically gave an interview and said, look, after he made his claims, we've had other people from the intelligence community come in and back him up. And he said, we've either got people with high level security clearances that are nuts, and you got to ask, if they're really nuts, why do they have a security clearance? Or they're onto something. And he goes, either way, this is disturbing, and that's why he's like, we need to get to the bottom of this. And the military has come forward and said, yeah, we're, like those videos that were released, the Nimitz videos, the Tic Tac, the Go Fast, and I forget what the other one. There were 3 little videos. Well, first of all, there's people that have said there's more to those videos. We're not seeing the whole thing. Like that one where Fravor was tracking and following one. They said there's like an additional 4 or 5 minutes where he basically goes up on a fleet of them. He follows it to a fleet of these things, whatever it was in the sky. But the way some of these military guys are talking, they're like, these things happen, maybe not on a daily basis, but these things happen all the time out in the Pacific and the Atlantic. The military craft are constantly being, visited by whatever these things are. And but he testified under oath something. Again, he at least didn't deny it. Like, he was asked if people had been killed or harmed to cover this up, and he said, I got in an open hearing, I have to be really, really careful. Something about being careful how he responded to that. And he said that when people started talking about that, he did his best to direct them to the law enforcement agency that he thought would be the best one to report that to. And then he admitted that him and his wife had experienced something. He didn't go into a lot of detail, and they go, well, is this people trying to cover it up, or is this alien entities? He said both. He said that there is money being taken that has not been approved of Congress. Like they gave money that was being used for Project A, and people are taking it and using it on some unknown project. That is a crime. That is a crime that, if they wouldn't have got out of it through legal trickery, that is a thing that people during the Iran-Contra affair went to jail for, or they were trying to put them in jail. That is an Iran-Contra level crime. The only difference is with Iran-Contra, we knew what they spent the money on. We have no idea what they're spending this money on. And then a Congressman, Burkett, he basically said that I can't remember if I finished this. It's been a while since I played this character. Congressman Burkett, he basically said that they, every time they have audited the Pentagon, they fail by like $1 million or $1 billion or more, billion with a B.
My hatred is too low. I need more hatred to do that.
So, I mean, I can give you a billion reasons why we should all want that investigated. And then the one thing, I'm going to save this for the other one, but there's some stuff that I have seen recently. It's making me, I can't even say reevaluate certain people, but evaluate them. But I'll save this more for when I do the Minecraft stream. But there was something I saw that it has really made me reevaluate some people that, I really didn't know what to make of in the UFO community.
I am returning to town.
Oh, there it is. I couldn't find... It's been a while since I played this, and I'm like, okay, there's supposed to be a little mini-map, because I was trying to see if this is the one I had to go into. I couldn't find it down there in the bottom right corner. I think I looked right at it and just didn't register it. But, oh my god. Because, like, there's a guy, and I'll be honest with you, I'm not trying to bash him. I don't know. I literally don't know.
My hatred is too low.
But there is a guy... He's very well regarded. If you look at him on paper, when you listen to him, he comes off as very, very credible. He's well credentialed.
Not enough hatred. I need more hatred to do that. I wish I could do that.
I gotta get out of here. I don't want to give up. I'm gonna go back as soon as that heals up. I'm gonna let it get to where I can use it right away again. But That one guy, again, I can't think of his name. I think he went to Stanford. He's got, I don't know what his, I can't remember off the top of my head what his degree is in.
My hatred is too low.
Fuck it, I'm gonna get out of here.
I wish I could do that. I need more hatred to do that.
Yes, sorry about this, but I just don't want to lose my character. I'm playing hardcore in this. It's one of the few games I actually like doing it. And I don't want to give it up. I think I'd rather quit playing than have to give that up. There's certain days I don't play it, and if I start having too many problems, I just leave. I leave, and even if it's in the middle of the stream, I think I had a stream. I think I got killed. Either that or I canceled it. Like it was like an 8-minute stream because I either died or was having trouble, and I'm like, well, okay, that ends our stream today. But yeah, he's a guy that on paper he looks really good. I'll even admit when you listen to him, he sounds credible. He really does. There's something about him that just doesn't seem right, and I fully expect that I'm completely wrong. I fully expect. Give me 1 minute. I gotta spray the litter box. But whenever I see the guy, and again, I'm not claiming to be an expert. I'm not saying anybody should trust me. I'm just telling you my personal feelings on this. Something about him just seems off. But like when he talks about stuff, it sounds good.
Not enough hatred.
These little bastards.
I wish I could do that.
Okay, this ends our stream. I'll be back in a little bit. I don't know what the hell, but those little bastards should not be that tough. They're hard to kill. They block me in where no matter what I do, the acrobatics, none of that. I cannot get away from them. So there goes our stream. I'm gonna call this a glitch because I think I'm on the fucking easiest setting on this. Peace out, and I hope everybody has a good day.